Hi, warm welcome and very good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcoming all of our international heroes, leaders, educators, intellectuals, whoever is listening to us and whoever has joined us on this international platform, and of course, whoever is watching us right now. Very welcome. I hope everyone is doing very good. And as you know, our today's topic is based on women empowerment, youth empowerment through education, and we want to establish our human rights in each country. So let's welcome. We have Ambassador Dr. Honorable Excellency and the very prestigious personality, Queen Elizabeth from UK. Welcome, our Queen Elizabeth, on this international platform and noble mission. Thanks for joining. So here we have renowned and very prominent international leader, international hero. She is showing the way how to guide our youth, our women, and of course, she's trying her best to establish human rights and empowerment all over the world. I am talking none other than, of course, about Dr. Jessica Ashe from USA. Welcoming you. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, Monira. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, welcome. And here, as you can see, the very regular, our honorable guest, international leader, international hero, and she is the best person to have us on this platform. I'm talking about Daphne Soares from Dubai. She is originally from Pakistan. Welcoming you. How are you, Daphne Soares?
I'm very well, Monira. Excited to join you at this platform.
Thank you so much for joining. Here, our dearest leaders and intellectuals, educators, we can see Alka Mahajan. She is the renowned personality from India who is trying her best to establish women empowerment and human rights. Can we please welcome Alka Mahajan here? How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. Lovely to be here among such distinguished people. And you are all charged up, and we are all charged up because of you. Thank you.
Welcome. So here we can see the prominent figure, and I can say that she is so lovely. She is so adorable. And I'm talking about Professor Paola from Argentina. She is trying to connect, I think, many parts, many different countries on this global university platform. Welcoming you, our dearest honorable Paola. How are you today? And welcome.
Hello. I'm very happy to be here again with you. You are such amazing people, and it's wonderful to be here sharing objectives and sharing values and this mission that we have all together, no matter where we are in the world, that we want to do something to make it better. So it's good to find people on the way that it's ready to help and to guide us and to support each other in order to get to the objective. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Okay, great, welcome. So can we have the co-founder of the Global University from Brazil? I'm talking about our leader, Dr. Vilma de Luz Barbosa. She is empowering a lot of women, youth, and trying to establish human rights in many countries. Welcoming you, Dr. Vilma de Luz Barbosa from Brazil. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you so much. It's a great honor being here again. And I'm so excited to share ideas with you. And sir, let's achieve great things together. Thank you.
Okay, great, welcome. So, as you know, today is the launching ceremony. We are going to launch this series of our international programs, and I must be thankful to our Queen Elizabeth, of course, Queen Nadia Harihiri, and of course, I cannot really express how thankful and grateful I am to Dr. Jessica Ashe. She is so great. I cannot have words to explain her contributions for our leadership programs. Thanks. So may I connect Dr. Jessica Ashe? Can we please listen from her? That how she is empowering, how she is visioning, and how she wanna take action plans and guide all our international leaders, educators, and intellectuals through this series of empowerment establishment program. Welcoming you, Dr. Jessica Ashe. Please share your statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Monira, very much. It's an honor to be here among such auspicious leaders. Speaking of leaders, we offer possible solutions. We don't just complain. So today I offer actions that society, women, and men at large can implement to improve women's rights and girls' rights globally. Hearken a long time ago, prior to Christianity having placed men at the center of society, indigenous religions often focused on the root of humanity's existence, women. Simple biology teaches us that pleasing women is at the core of reproduction. I don't need to go into detail for all of us to comprehend that creating an environment where women feel not only safe, but cherished is nature's precursor to survival of the species. We could even call it God's plan. For simplicity's sake, make her safe and she'll hang around. Make her happy and she'll feel close to you. Caress her gently, and then nature just takes its course. But in modern societies, the world over, men hold the power. They earn more money, their jobs are more prestigious. Girls are trafficked into prostitution at alarming rates. Police departments look the other way for large sporting events that attract increasing numbers of men who want to use those prostitutes. To clarify, average and above average men pay millions of dollars to have sex with trafficked, often drugged girls. These men feel no shame. It is their natural instinct. No self-control is required by men. And if you need more examples, just go to any fraternity house on any US college campus. That particular activity is labeled a rite of passage. In some places, if a man sees a woman's arms or neck, or God forbid, her legs, it can disturb him so primally that it's acceptable for him to take her. What is that? Global increases in violence parallel this activity. If a gang member in Chicago gets angry, he kills the offender. In some US cities, if person A offends person B, then person B can destroy completely uninvolved person C's business with no retribution, no recompense. If someone in France draws an offensive picture, their head gets cut off. This is not a coincidence, and it has nothing to do with religion or race. Men are neither taught self-control, nor is it required of them around the world. The locus of power is simply on them. So now to the solutions part. Society, teach self-control to boys and girls prior to them becoming young adults. It is a simple solution. Teachers and parents can implement simple activities to teach it. For example, put a delicious treat in front of a 3-year-old. Tell them to wait 2 minutes before eating. Have them talk about how it feels to restrain or hold themselves back. Next, incorporate aggressive physical activity into youth days. Don't tell me that your children can't exercise during COVID. That's an excuse. Maybe they can't play soccer, but they can go on a walk or a run. The point here is that emotions like angst and desire get trapped in the body, which needs to move to release them. We know the human body was designed to physically do things. And those of us who are not farmers or construction workers need to find creative ways to integrate physical activity into our lives. Physically tired youth don't have the energy to be aggressive with one another. Next solution, teach conflict resolution explicitly. There are many exercises that help children learn to work through their anger without hitting others. Children are so emotional. A 3-year-old who throws a temper tantrum, that's the perfect time to help them start understanding the feeling of sadness or other emotions and how to cope. Experts who study prisons and prisoners tell us the number one thing these prisoners never learned was how to control their anger. Just because you're mad does not give you the right to hurt someone else, period. My college students engage in role play with puppets. They come up with scenarios. My friend stole my girlfriend. Whatever it is, they learn to control their actions. Also for society, teach debate as a tool for civil disagreement based on evidence. Now I laugh because the United States seems to have forgotten that. But debate as a tool for civil disagreement based on evidence, it's the core of a civil society. The US congressmen just yell at each other and ignore what the other one says. Even the United States has lost this ability. For the last one for society, some of you are going to tell me we can't do that here. I'm going to tell you that biologically, teenagers' bodies have crazy amounts of hormones. A disgusting, embarrassing fact about the United States. In the South, the Bible Belt, HIV infection is rising in teenagers. Yes, teenagers. The point is, very religious people, even in the US, want to deny biology in the name of my culture or my religion. And so they don't teach sexual education. It's just not reality. So young men need to be explicitly taught how to deal with their hormones. Same for females. In days gone by in the US, we had formal cotillion dances that taught teens how to interact respectfully. Or look at any play that happens in a high school. This is how people learn to socialize appropriately. So now we're moving on to men. Men, teach your sons self-control starting from a young age. Engage in some type of sport with them. All forms of martial arts teach self-discipline for a reason. Teach your sons what it means to respect a woman and another man in order for him to respect himself. Self-respect entails self-control. Men, let go of this control issue that you seem to have in some places over women. I promise you, if you live in a country where women aren't allowed out of the house, men, you don't know how much joy that you could have. Accept that God gave her power over you. We all know it's true. You need her more than she needs you. There is a reward, men. Create a safe space for her so she feels welcome. Do loving things for her so she wants to be close to you, and you will experience a heavenly joy. That is a sublime achievement for a man. Just letting women have social interaction, just permitting girls to get educated is not enough. Encourage women to support each other and girls to get educated so that your society can develop. Wash the dishes. Nobody likes drudgery work all day long, and you can't just pawn it off on her. If your society isn't developing and girls aren't allowed to get educated, that's not a coincidence. You need that 50% of the brain power to help your society. Now, lastly, I'm on to women. Women, remember that nature places you at the locus of power. Remember that your body is designed to be put first prior to any pleasure plans. Your body can create the heart, the liver, the brain, put it all together correctly, and deliver a new human. Imagine a world in which young boys have to please the matriarch by refraining from fighting, controlling natural aggression. Those boys grow into young men capable of self-restraint, focused still on making the female ruler happy. Women reconnect with the natural order as encoded in your biology. Don't aspire to be tanner, darker in the summer if you have pale skin, or whiter than you are. Stand firm in your own multifarious identities, flaws and all. Make men realize that you are the center of the universe. Don't fall at their feet like a princess who needs to be rescued. And let go of that hidden shame for your thighs or the wrinkles around your eyes. Donald Trump does not feel shame. Just remember that. Every time you think you want to feel shame over something, if Donald Trump doesn't need to feel shame, neither do you. Embrace the entirety of yourself with grace, my dears. Love the real you now, and watch as the axis of power returns to that same precious origin. Thank you, Monira. That's the end of what I wanted to say. But tomorrow, I'm hosting a global leadership room, and René de Beauvoir is going to talk about empowering the 1 billion unbanked women across the world. So I'll put the Zoom in the chat if anybody wants to join us, 1 p.m. EST, GMT -4. Where is everyone?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So you are spotlighted now. That's why we can see only you.
Yeah.
Hi, please help us to have all of our guests together. Yeah, thanks a lot. So here we can see the full screen. Here I can see many leaders have joined and lot more have joined through Facebook and the YouTube together, and lot more are telling that they need to join with more capacity because this link has capacity issue. So inshallah from next time we will connect more leaders together. Thanks for joining Dr. Jessica Ashe. So here I can see the face. Dr. Sarit Ghosh has joined from India. Dr. Om Parkash has joined from India. Dr. Sarit Ghosh is a very renowned principal in India, in Lucknow. And of course, Dr. Om Parkash in Delhi. He is the president of Navajivan Charitable Trust, who has joined us. So thanks for joining all of our international guests. Now, can I connect our dearest honorable leader, Daphne Soares from Dubai? Can we have you on this international platform? Welcome you please requesting to deliver your kind speech. Thanks. Daphne Soares here.
Thank you so much, Monira. When we speak about women empowerment, we are helping women to realize the importance of their self-esteem and build their confidence. This is so important in today's world. And I do not know why that when men mostly hear this word, women empowerment, they feel threatened. In no way are we trying to crush the men, but we need to believe in equality. Every family begins with a husband and a wife. So both are equal. If the husband is the head of the family, the wife is the heart of the family, and the family runs on both. Children are mostly with the mother more than the father. Father goes out for work. But if the children are spending more time with the mother, what are they seeing? What are they hearing? They just see mom cooking, cleaning, and even their sisters doing the same. Just housework. Do you think that would motivate anyone? Definitely not. It's important that we really help women to come up and appreciate it. It all starts with the home. From the time a girl is small, she is always told you need to be in the house, you need to do this work, you need to be silent, your voice should not be heard. Why shouldn't her voice be heard? Doesn't she have feelings? Doesn't she have a mind? Doesn't she have wisdom? Doesn't she have knowledge? Weren't you, each one of you present here and listening to this, are you all not born of a mother and a woman? Then why this discrimination that men always think that they are superior and women just their place is in the house? You will always hear a woman asked, are you a stay-home mom or a working mom? But a man is never asked these questions. It's just believed if you're a man, you're working. Does a woman sit down idle at home, just do nothing? Give a woman a break for 1 hour in the house and you will see that chaos that takes place. You have to realize her importance. She has got in her DNA so many capabilities, and she's already got those managerial skills because she's looking after so many departments in the house, from teaching the kids, driving them, educating them, cleaning, washing, cooking, everything. Her voice is important. When something goes wrong with a child, the child misbehaves, the first question is asked, where is the mother? Is the mother dead? The mother could not treat the child. The problem that we don't understand is that every human being is not only living 24/7 with the mother. A child goes to school, they're interacting with neighbors, friends, teachers, and many things all influence the whatever a human being becomes. So why is all the blame always put on the woman? It's important that the man contributes to the house and they're treated equal. If this starts from the home, when equality is given and the sons are also educated how to behave. If in an office you go, if men are sitting in a group and they laugh loudly, it is acceptable, it is okay. But if women are in a circle together and they are having a hearty laugh, it's like disrespectful. She's a cheap woman. Where is your mentality gone? Why shouldn't she laugh? If you guys want a slave or a maid, why not hire it? You can get a slave and a maid for any amount of money that you want. And even if you want a prostitute for your satisfaction, go hire one. But also respect her because she's been pushed into that position because of certain problems. No woman likes to sell herself to men. And your men need to stop this, that just because maybe a woman's head is not covered, or because she's not wearing a chadar, a shawl, a dupatta, or you can see arms or her legs, you are disrespecting that woman. It shows how rotten minded your mind is. Start educating the men how to respect their mother, sister, and daughter. I know very much it offends when you are bothering and disturbing a woman, and a woman asks you, you don't have a sister and a mother in the house, there you fire up immediately. How the heck do you say that I don't have a mother and a sister in my house? How dare you take my mother and my sister's name? But you forget she's also somebody's wife, somebody's mother, somebody's daughter. It's really important that we start educating our sons with our daughters. Both need education. And this is the beauty, what I really love about Global University. It is not only restricted to Bangladesh or to certain countries, but it's global, as its title says. And indeed, they are serving everybody. There is no discrimination of nationality, caste, creed, race, or color. Everyone is equal. And that is why I'm passionate to serve humanity through this platform. So let's join hands together and come forward. Let's educate ourselves. Education is not only by big certificates that, okay, I finished school, college, university, I've done my bachelor's, I've done my master's, I've done my PhD. But what we in common Urdu language say, pada likha jahil. That means you are only got the certificates, but you act worse than an illiterate jungli because you do not know how to respect others. And all integrity starts with respecting yourself and others. And on this platform, we want to really elevate every human being, help women to realize that they are important and to reflect that to their children, to be an inspiration, that life is beautiful, life is worth living. Why do we see nowadays people going under depression? Why are people coming with suicidal thoughts? Why are the youth wanting to end their life? It's because of you and me who are crushing these people down. Because of caste, creed, race, and color. Just because somebody is brown doesn't mean that they are inferior. Or somebody is black, they are again inferior. Or somebody is superior. No. Everybody, skin deep, you cut the flesh, we are all having the same kind of flesh and red blood. There's no difference in the color of our blood and our flesh. So why the discrimination? And the world is big enough. Why do we go through jealousy? That why should this person do better than me? Oh, they might come up. No, even I'm in the profession of coaching. There are millions of coaches around the world. Why aren't we giving space to others? And I tell you, your respect is built when you lift another human up. And a lot of blessings come your way. Pride comes before a fall. Always remember that. So if you have your ego and your pride, you're on the sure path of downfall. So I invite every human being to start opening their heart and mind and let the change begin today with you, that you have a broad mind to accept every nationality, every human being, whether male or female, young or old. Open your hearts, open your minds. Why are we all struggling for money? Be rich in your mind, not rich with notes. That's just paper. Yes, that's important, but you cannot, think you are buying the world. You cannot. The respect, the love, the integrity that you maintain, I will tell you, you will be so joyful that nothing else in this world can ever, ever replace. So together we are spreading education, knowledge, integrity, and everything. And I have put an offer recently up where I am going to do a 5-week session with women to build their self-confidence and their integrity. So do visit my page, Carousel Mums, and definitely I would like you to sign up so I could personally train women for 5 weeks. And also we have a strong women's summit coming from the 8th to the 11th of August. We are also opening it for men. I know it's an event for women, but the demand has come so much for men. So men will have a separate link so that women from conservative families can also attend this event and be educated and face the challenges of life courageously. Over to you, Monira. Thank you.
Superb. Thanks a lot. Daphne Soares, you were spotlighted, and I cannot really tell you how beautiful you looked on the big screen. I have shared your photo in our WhatsApp group. You can check for sure. Thanks a lot again.
Thank you so much.
And a great help. Oh my goodness. It is a super delighted moment that I can see all my leaders on the same page from different countries. Thanks a lot. I will share this photo of the big screen with each of you. So please help me to connect now another leader, of course, and the voice. If you listen to her, you will be mesmerized. You will forget the time and you will keep listening and listening. I can assure you that and guarantee for sure. Alka Mahajan, I'm talking about you. Can we have you right now to deliver your kind speech, Alka Mahajan from India. Welcoming you on this international platform to deliver her greatest speech. Alka Mahajan here. Thanks a lot.
She's muted.
Alka, your voice is not coming, dear.
Oh, it's not coming?
Sorry, now it's coming. Please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much. Wonderful beginning to such a powerful topic that we're talking about today, and it's wonderful to see the men here also on this platform. And Dr. Daphne and Dr. Jessica, that was wonderful whatever you were saying. And so I was thinking to myself, what is left for me to say, because those are the things that were there up on my mind. But as a woman, or as a human being. I mean, why only talk of women? Because we're talking of equality. So I say that I discovered that I am fierce. I discovered that I am strong. I discovered that I'm full of fire and that not even I could hold back my passion, because my passion burns brighter than any fears that I have. This is the kind of spirit, this is the kind of passion that we need to ignite in our women, in our youth, in everyone. In fact, because there are some of us, and I don't only talk of women, but there are some of us, who are crushed, like Dr. Daphne said, like Dr. Jessica said. Some of us are crushed, our passions are crushed. We are just sidelined, but we need to keep our passions alive. We need to keep the fire alive. This is important. This is important if we need to make a headway into the society and live a life that is powerful, that's enriching, that's enlightening. And that brings a lot of, where we are given opportunities, we grab those opportunities because we have a voice. Now, the problem comes majorly because a voice is not given. Dr. Jessica talked about debates. I think that's powerful, very powerful. I would like to say, let's give everyone a proper voice. The problem comes when a voice is not given. We're not allowed to speak. And some of us, because we're shy or it's our nature, we just cannot open up. We are in our own shells. We are wallowing in self pity, but we do not speak. The thing is, let's give everybody a voice. And once a voice is given, miracles will happen. If somebody struggles and if somebody has been through a really bad experience, I know many of my friends have. But some of them have expressed it, some of them have shared it. And they're not only doing a favor to themselves by voicing out their experiences, they're doing a favor to everyone, to women, to men, to youth, to every individual. Because when a woman speaks, or when an individual speaks who has been hurt, who has been, who's had some sort of character assassination against him, when that person speaks, that time people start feeling intimidated. But nobody can stop that person from speaking, because that's the power that you have from within. That is the passion that's speaking. That's the fire from within you that speaks. And speak you must, because until and unless you voice out whatever it is that's bugging you, whatever it is that has put you in despair, has haunted you, has traumatized you, until unless you voice it out, you know, people will continue doing it to you, because you're allowing people to do it to you. But when you have a voice and when you voice it out, you create different roadmaps. It's like a complete new mountain. It's like a volcano which has erupted. And I would like to see more people around the world who are facing any kind of problems to let their volcanoes erupt, voice out their opinions, voice out their grievances, voice out whatever it is that has tortured them, so that nobody has the guts to, say or do anything which goes against human rights. Everybody has a right to live a beautiful life. Everybody has a right to live life their way, their style. We cannot stop anybody, doing things their way. And how can, in our little way, through my Chill Parko International and in the Global University, thanks to Dr. Monira and all my friends over here, international leaders, powerful leaders, we are trying to, connect through common projects based on humanitarianism. And the first thing that we really would like to do is empower young minds, empower women, empower individuals who do not have a voice. And simple things we can do, simple things. It's more like creating awareness gaps. It's more like, if there's a woman in trouble, if there's a youth in trouble, a child in trouble, let's become their buddy, if they're close by. Why even close by? I mean, we have friends. We can always, help them that way by becoming their buddy, listening to them, making them open up. Because what happens is many times our self-worth goes for a toss. It's self-worth that is crushed time and again. And because our self-worth is crushed, we lack confidence. We feel that we're a good for nothing. And this is the kind of feeling that we need to, remove from anybody who's going through this kind of an experience. It happens at the workplace, it happens in families, it happens in societies and communities, but we need to, voice our opinion. We need to fight against these kind of things. And we need to give a voice to people who cannot express themselves for whatever reasons. Maybe because they have been trained and tutored in a way that they have been given a rigid structure of rules to follow. And because they have that rigid structure of rules to follow, it sort of gets into their system, it's fed into their system, and they behave that way. This is something that we need to throw away. This is a mindset. We need to give everyone a voice, and we need to give everyone a growth mindset, a mindset of moving forward. Why? Because that is the time they will be able to create different maps, have a voice, bring a change, be transformative, become leaders. We need to, have more leaders in the world who can take their decisions for themselves, who can do things, who can follow their passions, dare to dream, dream to dare, do things that they really enjoy doing, and maybe get a lot along like-minded people in their journey to follow their passion path. And this can happen, and miracles happen like this. That's the way miracles happen. That's the way people connect, and we talk about making the world a beautiful place. This way we will definitely make the world a beautiful place to live in. And of course, my friends have been talking about the kind of respect that we must give to every human being, to a mother, to a woman, to a girl, to a young girl. I mean, if anybody is facing any kind of a crisis, rather than talk about it or pass judgments about it, why can't we help them? Why can't we, provide them some kind of mentorship, some kind of training, some kind of, a program, where they can be counseled or where people can help them, some let's say organization that can actually help them come out of that particular problem. My friends were talking about trafficking, prostitution, all those ugly evils of society that still exist. I mean, we are in the 21st, we are in a modern society, but there are some things that still need to be done away with. And they can only be done away with if we really take that powerful stand and we become a voice. We become a voice and we encourage others to become a voice. That is very, very important, my friends. Also, I think that, when we work together for a cause, for humanitarian causes like this, people start feeling a little insecure and threatened. Some people would, but that should not stop us from still moving ahead. Patronizing, manipulations, backstabbing, all these things will happen, but we should take them in our stride because we are powerful enough. We have it in us. We should always keep our standards high. We should always think big. We should always dream big, and we should always dare. We should never stop. To strive, to seek, to find, and never to yield should become our motto, should become our anthem. And the only way that we need to move is forward and never even retrace even one step backward. That's the way to make the world a beautiful place to be in, and all of us can definitely do it together. So thank you so much for giving me this platform to voice my opinions, and I'm sure we all will try to, make the world a beautiful place by really taking up steps, a concrete steps to actually do something about, this kind of a problem or whatever problem exists. So we will give a voice to everyone because we are strong and we're in it together, and we have to create miracles, and miracles can happen only with these kind of positive actions. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. And thank you, Monira. A big salute to you and everyone.
Thanks a lot. Great to hear from Alka Mahajan from India. So it is time to hear from another leader. Shuman bhai, please help me to see all of my leaders together. Okay, great. Great to see. So here we have, right now, can I connect Sarit Ghosh from India, who has joined us from Lucknow? Sarit Ghosh, I am very much happy to have you here, who can also speak in Bangla, and he can deliver his great speech right now. Can we please have your speech welcoming Sarit Ghosh from India?
Good evening to my brother and sisters from all over the world. I'm Sarit Ghosh. I'm the principal of a school in Lucknow. It is a city in the northern part of India. And I'm very happy that I got this invitation suddenly. And I very much support all my sisters who have spoken before me that women deserve all the respect in society. All the speakers before me have been spot on when they have been telling this, that women have always faced a lot of discrimination in societies like in India, where, but being a teacher of history, I can tell you that in ancient India, there was no such discrimination against women in our country. But with the passage of time, with the influence of other cultures, the parda system and things like that were introduced in our country. And women were slowly and gradually segregated from the mainstream of Indian life. But during the British rule, certain very modern thinking Indians like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar and Raja Ram Mohan Roy, they fought for the rights of women in India. Even the great freedom fighter from India, Mahatma Gandhi, was always in favor of women empowerment, right? And very proudly, I can say that in the freedom struggle of our country, women fought shoulder to shoulder with men in the freedom struggle. I can name right from Rani Lakshmi Bai to many other women who had given their lives for the country. So, society, men and women have to be treated equally. God has made us all equal. There is no discrimination. As my speaker friend just said, that when a man is told that if you don't, whether you have a brother, sister, or a mother, men get very, very angry, right? And we should always remember that all the other women in this world are just like our mothers and sisters. And we should treat everybody with a lot of respect. We are not doing a favor to the society by treating women with respect. They deserve respect. And as my honorable friend just said, no man can survive in this world without women. We are born of a mother. So we should always remember that women play a very, and being a teacher, I can always assure you that our first teachers were always our mothers. We joined school only at the age of 2.5 or 3 or 4. But when we were at home, it is our mother who were our first teachers. Whatever culture we have imbibed in us, right? So I'm so proud that my mother is still with me and we get a chance to repay. I can never repay the love which my mother has bestowed and showered on me in all these years. But it is God has given me a chance to, in her old age, I can take care of her. And coming to my own personal experience, both my sisters are well settled. One is in the US and the other is in Malaysia. Both are doing well and both are working women. I would give this credit to my parents who never discriminated between the boy and the girl. Generally in India, men are treated a bit separately. I was in Bihar for a long period of my career. And in Bihar, I saw that the boys of the house were given more, importance than the girls. I'll just give you an example. For example, there was one boy and two girls in a family, and a cake had come to the house. What they would do is they would first distribute the cake into two halves. The boy would get one half of the cake, and the two girls would share the other half. So this was discrimination, right? And I used to explain to my students, both girls and boys in Bihar, that everybody is treated equally. And being a principal, I would like to share another good news. Recently, the CBSE has declared the results of grade 10 and 12. And in both the classes, it is the girls who have outshone the boys. Both the toppers are girls. So in my school, I always encourage the girls, right? And they are no way inferior to boys in any way. And I'm very delighted to hear from such luminaries today. And I would like to thank Dr. Monira and Dr. Vilma for having invited me to this prestigious event. Thank you very much.
So kind of you, a great honor to have you here. So right at this moment, I want to connect Dr. Parkash from India, who is the president of Jeevan Charitable Trust, and he is honorable director of the Global University. Can I have you on this international platform right from India connecting from Dhaka, Bangladesh, Dr. Parkash, to deliver your kind message. Thank you.
Good evening, namaskar, सभी को everyone. Special thanks to Vilma ji, Jessica ji, Monira ji, Sarit Ghosh ji, Buhari ji, Paola ji, and many more. Women and youth empowerment are the high demand of present time. Without this empowerment, we can't move forward. Human rights to be established in all countries apart from gender, color, religion, race, or any other barrier. Education is the key to our life. Through education, we can elevate our life and establish women and youth empowerment, also establish human rights. Many times we see that human rights have been violated and women and youth empowerment were slow in progress. We need to come forward to empower women and youth together through education. Also to establish human rights for the noble purpose we have taken initiative, and that is the global university. It is a way of expanding our origin. Let's work together, keeping hand in hand, and ensure progress. Thank you very much, all of you. Join us today. Thank you very much. Welcome, all of you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Great welcome. And hats off to you, Dr. Parkash, who is helping us all the way to shine brighter, even better than before. Thanks a lot, Dr. Parkash. So here I can see Professor Suraya Banu, but I cannot see her face. Can I request Dr. Suraya Banu, if you can please open your camera, or do you like to deliver your speech? Let me know in chat box or inbox. So here I want to connect Professor Paola, Perez, Lopez, who has shined so great, so brighter than, and she has amazed us through her performances, through her connection, through her interaction, and she is leading her nation. I'm talking about our international brand ambassador, Paola Perez Lopez. Can we have you please to deliver your kind speech? Thank you, Professor Paola Perez Lopez here.
Okay. Thank you, Monira, for your words. You know, that's a pleasure for me to be here today. I've been listening to everybody to all these amazing and honorable speakers talking about rights, especially about women's rights. But today I'd like to talk about rights also, but about children's rights. You know that I'm a president in Mendoza of an association, a civil association called Dulce Espera Adopción Mendoza. And we are working on adoption for children and adolescents. So this could be my duty here to talk about these children and adolescents that are in a children's home waiting for a family. They ended up there for several reasons, and we as an association are engaged with this mission of informing society, teaching society about many things about adoption. Throughout the years, adoption has been changing this perception from people. So that's good because we're changing as a society, but we have to change so many things yet. You know that when we talk about children, we are always talking about their rights, with their rights, that they have to be protected, that they have to be cared of, that they have to be educated, and many other things. But we have to consider that there are many children all over the world, children and adolescents, that because of several reasons, they have been sent or they're living in a children's home. So we as a society must bear in mind that there is nothing, even though these institutions can be organized and are trying to do their best and try to give them the best thing they can, nothing can replace a family. Nothing can replace a family. And when I'm talking of a family, I'm talking not only of a father and a mother, I'm talking of different types of families that exist in the 21st century. So I think that as a president of the association, I'm here to talk and to encourage people, everybody that is involved in all the countries, because I'm in contact with many associations from Latin America, also from Spain, that are working on this issue and on this topic. Because there are many things that need to be changed, that still there are many things that are there and that we cannot change. There are adolescents. First of all, we have to work with the families. You know that adoption is not just sometimes adoption is not seen as the way you form a family, and it is just the way to form a family. You decide to become an adopted family, and that's okay. And being an adopted family is not better and no worse than any other. It's just a family, you see? So we have to change that perception into the society sometimes. We also have to bear in mind that these children have rights, and that sometimes because of bureaucracy, because of papers, because of taking too much time to do things that they shouldn't be done in a shorter way or simpler way, these rights are not respected. So, for example, we have long processes where the identity of the children and adolescents, this child and this adolescent is living with their adopted family, feeling part of the family. They already feel identified with the family's customs, love, and they are living the experience. And they still have their identity well with another name. So that is not respecting their children's right of identity. And this is just because bureaucracy and processes of papers takes too long. So I think that we have to bear in mind that there are many kids there are many adolescents that deserve to have a family. We have to work with families also. When they start the process of adoption of a child, they just think of babies. So in Mendoza, the case is that 80% of families in Mendoza want to adopt a child, a baby, till 5 years old. So waiting there for your selection, your file selection, is too long. So we have to educate society to consider and to change their approach as a family. There are many teenagers and 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids and on that want to have a family, and they deserve that opportunity. So I think that we as an association and all the governments around the world, in every place that they're working, every person that is working on adoption, have to bear in mind that they have to do their best. That I know that sometimes they are overwhelmed with many responsibilities, with many activities, but there, it's not just a file. It's not just a paper, it's a child. There, in a child home, in a children's home, there is a child passing his life there, waiting to have a family. So if you could see how being in a family can change a child's face, how can a child change when he is or she is in a house, loved, care, when he is being educated, when they have people being around them, showing them love and affection and caring all the time. The change is amazing. So you can have a very sad face turning into a very wide smile. When you have enjoy life, having fun, sharing with the family, feeling that they have a mother, a father, they have grandparents, they have cousins, and they have aunts that want to give them love and support. So I'm here to represent these kids, these adolescents that are in their children's home, and that sometimes, because of bureaucracy, because of taking too much time to take decisions, everybody that is involved in these processes forget that they are not just papers, that they are not just children's home. They're there and they need a family, and they need people to talk that talks about them, because they are there and they cannot defend themselves. Everybody takes the decisions because they are children and adolescents, and they are priorities for the laws. Everything according to the laws is because of them, because they are the center of the laws, and that is very important. But in the process, sometimes we have delays, and in these delays, they are still waiting, and days pass by, and they don't have their families. And there are some adolescents that become 18, they have to go out of their children's home without a family. Can you believe how does it feel not to have a family all your life, and to being out of the children's home there with nothing, not knowing where you can start your life because you didn't have the support of a family? So here my role today is to talk about education in some other way that has nothing to do with university degree or schools. It has to do with learning and teaching our society to be better today for their children. So maybe in a while we don't have so many children waiting for a family in a children's home, but children sharing and enjoying their family life as they have to, because that's their right. So I just want to remind everybody that's working in adoption that the work that you are doing, if you take too much time to take a decision, you are not just taking 5. For you, maybe it's just a day or 2, or a week, or a month. But for them, it's days that they live without a family. So they are days that they lose from their lives, because you cannot imagine how hard it is for a child to be there without a family to take care of them. So I'm here to talk for them, because that's my duty as president of the association, as an adopted mother. So thank you, Monira, for this space to talk about this and to talk about rights that sometimes are forgotten because of this. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Professor Paola Parrish Lopez, we were so happy to have you on this international platform. And can we please get the information that our studio remains full all the time? I'm getting the SMS that they cannot enter from different countries because the studio is almost full of, it's frequently full. So I want to welcome one young mind, everyone's favorite, and he is a grand, fabulous person, and of course, very popular among all. So I want to welcome now with all of our international guests, leaders, intellectuals, educators. Please help me to welcome Ali Raza Khan from Pakistan to please deliver his kind speech as a young voice, as a youth, representing his country and leading his nation. Welcoming you, Ali Raza Khan. Please take the chance, deliver your speech. Thank you.
Sure. First of all, thank you very much, Monira ma'am, for this lovely introduction. I am beyond privileged, honestly. What an honor. So, hello everyone. My name is Ali Raza Khan. I am from Pakistan, and people often call me the youngest motivational speaker. I want to take you back to Pakistan's history. Our homeland, Pakistan, has an extraordinary and magnificent variety of beauty. And one of its beauty is Kashmir. We all know Kashmir and its beauty. Kashmir was once a place of tourism and beauty, which suddenly changed into a place of extremism and war. In the past few decades, more than 400 schools are being destroyed. Women were flogged, people were killed, and their beautiful dreams turned into nightmares. In Kashmir, education went from being a right to being a crime. Girls were stopped from going to school. We could not just stand by and see those injustices of the extremists denying our rights, ruthlessly killing people, and misusing the name of Islam. Now, we have decided to raise our voices and tell them, have you not learned? Have you not learned that the Holy Quran says, if you kill one person, it is as if you killed the whole humanity? Do you not know that Muhammad, peace be upon him, the prophet of mercy, he says, do not harm yourself or others? And do you not know that the very first word in the Holy Quran is the word Ikra, which means read? That the extremisms are going on the extreme level. They are trying to stop educating girls through guns. But neither their ideas nor their bullets could win. I am not a lone voice. I am not a lone voice. I am many. I am those 262 million children who are deprived of education. And today, I'm not raising my voice. I'm not raising my voice. It is the voice of those 262 million children. Sometimes people like to ask me, why should girls go to school? Why is it important? But I think the more important question is, why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they have this right to go to school? Dear brothers and sisters, today in half of the world, we see rapid progress and development. However, there are many countries where millions still suffer from the very old problems of war, poverty, and injustices. We still see conflicts in which innocent lose their lives and children become orphans. We see many people becoming refugees in Syria, Gaza, and Iraq. In Afghanistan, we see families being killed in suicide attacks and bomb attacks. Many children in Africa do not have access to education because of poverty. And as I said, we still see we still see girls who have no freedom to go to school in the north of Nigeria. Many children in countries like Pakistan and India are still deprived of their right to education because of social taboos, or they have been forced into child marriage or child labor. It is not the time to tell the world leaders how important education is. They already know it. Their own children are in good schools. Now it's time to call them to take action for the rest of the world's children. We ask the world leaders to unite and make education their first priority. I think leaders must seize this opportunity to guarantee a free, quality, primary, and secondary education for every child all over the world. Why is it? Why is it that countries which we call strong are so powerful in creating wars, but are so weak in bringing peace? Why is it? Why is it that giving guns is so easy, but giving books is so hard? Dear brothers and sisters, the extremists were and they are afraid of books and pens. They are afraid of the power of education, which frightens them. They are and they were afraid of women. The power of the voice of women frightens them. That is why they are blasting schools, because they were and they are afraid of change, afraid of equality that we will bring to our society. Pakistan is a peace-loving democratic country. Pakistanis wants education for their daughters and sons and is a religion of peace, of humanity and brotherhood. Dear brothers and sisters, peace is necessary for education. Poverty, ignorance, injustice, racism, and the deprivation of basic human rights are some of the main problems faced by both men and women of today. I just want to conclude my speech by saying what's really, it's very famous all across the globe. And I truly and firmly believe in this quote. It is rightly said that if we educate a man, we educate an individual. But if we educate a woman, we educate a nation. Thank you very much.
Superb. A great time today to listen from a young mind, young person who is leading his nation and raising voice on this international platform continuously. He is very famous, and thanks a lot our Ali Raza Khan from Pakistan for his marvelous speech. So right now, here is the time, the moment we all were waiting for, to hear from co-founder Vilma, Dr. Vilma the Luz Barbosa. I am requesting her to deliver her kind speech on this international platform. Vilma, can we have your speech, please? And requesting all our guests to please mute your microphone while one person is speaking. Thanks.
Thank you, dear. It's unfair that you asking me to speak after Ali. Oh my gosh, I'm speechless. It's kind of can't say anything after listening to him. Boy, congratulations. Oh my gosh, I want to be like you when I grow up for sure. Thanks for being here. Well, I'd like to share with you some ideas on how we can empower women, because we've been listening a lot about that, about empowering women and young people, but we have to have some ideas in our mind, and then I'd like to share some ideas with you. So we have to place women as leaders and give them decision-making roles. Although many women are now powerful, look at Professor Paola, Dr. Monira, Queen Elizabeth, Malala, and Greta, and some others. But gender equality is still a myth in the greater part of the world. Women have actively started participating in the tech industry, food production, natural resource management, and domestic wellness, entrepreneurial work, as well as energy and climate change. But in most countries, most women still don't have access to a good job opportunities, and resources to get a better paid job. As the focus shifts towards inclusive economic structures, providing women with leadership opportunities and making them part of decision making can a long way in achieving women's empowerment. So we have to give them the opportunity to become a better one in their companies. And we also have to give them more job opportunities. So despite being significant contributors to social and financial development, women don't have access to equal job opportunities. Still, they think that women are not good enough. Yes, we are trying to prove that we are equal, men and women. But unfortunately, in some companies, in some clubs, just boys are there. We can't have our voice out. We can't say anything. Yeah, it's true. Around the world, in many, many parts, and here in my country, of course, it's the same. And so we have to invest in women's entrepreneurial ideas emotionally and financially. An effective way of tackling gender inequality is entrusting women with entrepreneurial work. The state can take initiatives to train women in business skills for better job opportunities. Looking at the global developments, many developing countries are spending a percentage of annual revenues in women's development. But what about the countries that are not considered developing countries? My country is not a developing country, unfortunately, and there are countries that are suffering much more than mine. So how can we help those women there? No one kind of be worried about them. So we have to do that. We have to try helping. And we also have taken action against unpaid labor work. One of the biggest concerns about gender inequality is women's unpaid labor. Many groups, including rural women and domestic workers, are often in lack of economic independence. Yes, all mothers out there working their house, they are housewives, and they are taking care of their kids, they are taking care of their homes, and they are not receiving any money for that. Their husband, when they have a husband, they are working out, but they are working home much more than men going to work, but they are not being paid. I'm sure they should have been paid for that, because if they don't have any help, they can't get started with giving their children better opportunities. So we have to empower our girls out there. And education is the reason why we have to do that. Education is the only way, because people pay less women, and they don't give women the opportunity to work because some of them don't have good education. So we have to empower women through education, and we have to encourage them to use their potential, to believe in their potential, and first of all, believe in themselves, believe that they are able to be better or equal than anyone out there. Thank you so much.
So far, such a great speech from Dr. Vilma da Luz Barbosa from Brazil. Thanks a lot for your great voice, Vilma. Shuman Bhai, please help me to see all my guests. I can see here we have Professor Suraya. Do you like to deliver your speech, please? Professor Suraya Banu?
Yes, ma'am. Here I am here.
Yeah, please go on kindly.
Very good evening to all of you.
Yes.
I am Priya Banu from Bhilai Nagar, Chhattisgarh state. I am working as a assistant professor since 29 years, and I am associated with more than 51 international national societies as International Peace Industry Global. And also I am working as a woman ambassador India. Recently, I am being educational ambassador. I am adopted a girl student for her lifelong educational responsibilities. Because I am Also, I am an orphan. I have lost my mother, father, two brother and sister. So I feel in the pandemic, during pandemic situation, when parents have lost their job and they are not capable to pay the fees of their child, even they are not capable to purchase equipment, and in rural areas, we know all about areas is more than 65% India lives in village. So villages or rural areas citizens, they are incapable to purchase equipment, stationaries, even they are not capable to purchase examination stationaries. So it is our duty to help. Yeah, that's why I am adopted a girl student. And about empowerment, I want to say in the words of महात्मा गांधी, नारी को अबला कहना अपना उसका अपमान करना है. A woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. Melinda Gates, according, an empowered woman is someone who knows her strengths and isn't afraid to embrace them. To be empowered means to be control of our life, aware of our capabilities, and ready to take on even our biggest dreams. Boost self-esteem. Empowered women go on to empower others. So encourage the empower women around us and make them feel special and strong. Encourage our friends to speak up and make sure they know the value of their opinions so they never scared to use their voice. Five types of empowerment we know: social, educational, economic, political, and psychological. Empowerment helps teamwork and employees expectation and set goals to accomplish their main purpose of their work. It will enable an employee to take control of their job and use skills they never knew they could use. Human rights are the women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all. According to हिलरी क्लिंटन, महिलाएं दुनिया में प्रतिभा का सबसे बड़ा अप्रयुक्त भंडार है. Thanks a lot for giving me such a great opportunity. Thank you, Madam Monira, and thank you all the team.
Okay.
This
Thanks
is
a
very
lot for joining
much.
us on this international
Yes.
platform. So here we have a lot of our international leaders' voice together who has joined from many countries. So now time to wrap up to listen final message in short form. So can I connect? Sorry. Our another leader has just joined, Dr. Jacqueline. Very, very warm welcome and thanks a lot for joining. Dr. Jacqueline, can you please deliver your kind speech?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all the dignitaries on this platform. It's my privilege to be here with you all on this evening. Imagine jumping. I just like to speak some words about women empowerment. Women economic empowerment is the central to the national priority of inclusive economic growth and is critical for the achievement of the goals. We offer historical opportunity to pursue, to transform, measure, to ensure equality for every woman and girl everywhere. Investing in women's economic empowerment sets a direct path toward gender equality, poverty eradication, and inclusive economic growth. The inclusion of women and girls in the economic and the provision of safe working and public spaces must be accompanied by the measures to prevent violence against women and girls and enable them to participate fully in society and contribute to the health and prosperity of their communities. One in every three in India or in all over the world age around 15 to 24 years. Children comprise of 37 of the country's populations. The challenges which the women and the youth are facing nowadays. Women's economic empowerment is essential to support women in living with dignity in an environment free from violence. The declined child sex ratio, the practice of gender-based sex selection, and child marriage all illustrate the extension of which the gender discriminations and gender inequality remain insignificant challenges for all over the world. The incidence of domestic violence against women is also high, with women for specific minority groups being more exposed to the violence by the partners. Indeed, domestic violence has been the most reported violent crimes against women in this country for the past more than a decade, with an incident of domestic violence reported every 5 minutes. Young people can develop the attitudes, agencies, skill, and behavior to access and demand information and services to be safe, healthy, to end discrimination and violence, especially against girls, and to help create a sustain a civil society with investment that promote an enabling environment. They must be a key partners in shaping new genders, inclusive policies and behavior that can challenge gender stereotypes and norms. Thank you.
Super. Thanks a lot for your great speech, Dr. Jacqueline. It's an honor to hear from you, such a great and noble missionary, I should say that great leader around us. Super. Thanks a lot. And sorry to say that we need to wrap up this session. So right now we're going to connect every leader for a short time just to hear final message to the world. Daphne Soares from Dubai, can we please welcome you to deliver your last and final message to the world? Thanks, Daphne Soares from Dubai.
Thank you so much again, Monira. Yes, I would like to share that we need to be a welcoming individual and make space for in our homes to have equality and to teach our children how to respect one another, whether male or female. And as already the others have shared a lot of valuable points, I request you to definitely implement it and support us by encouraging women and the youth. Thank you.
Superb. Thanks a lot for your great speech. It was such a wonderful experience to listen from our beloved leader. Thanks a lot again. So here, I want to hear from Sarit Ghosh from India. Can we have you please to deliver your final message to the world? Sarit Ghosh from India, welcoming you.
Thank you, Monira, ma'am. Being the only man in the show now, I can assure you on behalf of my personal self and most of the men in the world that we really respect women, right? And I strongly believe that men and women are equal. There should not be any discrimination. And as Dr. Jacqueline rightly pointed out, I'm also against domestic violence. And women, particularly those who are housewives, they should also be given the equal honor because they also contribute a lot to the society. And rightly said by Dr. Vilma, they're not paid anything for that. The man goes out of the house and earns money, but the woman takes care of the house. It's a great, responsibility, and women should be respected for that. So my salutations to all the women of the world, particularly all those dynamic women who are with me on this show. Thank you and good night from India.
Thanks a lot. Here we have Prodipto Mondol. Prodipto, can you please hear me? Our dearest leader from India, Prodipto Mondol.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can we please have you to deliver your speech from India, who has joined us? Thanks a lot. Prodipto Mondol, please deliver your speech. Prodipto Mondol, are you ready to deliver your speech, or you would like to just listen to us? I think there is some technical error. So let's move forward. So can I connect Professor Suraya Banu for your final speech and message to the world? Professor Suraya Banu from India.
नारी अबला नहीं सबला है और सच पूछो तो ये खूबसूरत बला है वोमेन यदि मैन यदि एजुकेट होते हैं तो केवल एक मैन एजुकेटेड होते हैं लेकिन यदि एक वुमेन एजुकेटेड होती है तो एक फैमिली नहीं बल्कि दो फैमिली एजुकेटेड होती है क्योंकि बेटियां दो घर की रौनक होती है थैंक यू थैंक्स ऑल
Thanks a lot for your speech. So here, can I please welcome Alka Mahajan from India to deliver her final speech message to the world. Alka Mahajan, please join us.
Thank you, Dr. Monira. Thank you so much. And my message to everyone all over the world is that people may rate you, break you, hate you, manipulate against you, but don't let that stop you from becoming unstoppable and raising a voice. And keep on exploring, keep on doing whatever your passion is, because as they say in Hindi, manzil mil hi jayegi, bhatakte hi sahi, gumrah to wo hai jo ghar se nikle hi nahi. So try that out and be unstoppable. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot for your great message, Alka Mahajan from India. So here I want to connect now. Dr. Jacqueline, can we have your final message to the world, please? Dr. Jacqueline.
Yes, the young people should give the knowledge of innovation spirit, empathy and kindness and being ethical as recognizing the female qualities. A society in which relationship, leadership is innovative, energetic, empathetic and benevolent and can develop in a right direction and given a right mode to the humans. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Jacqueline from India. She is a marvelous and a wonder woman who is making miracle through her work, through her dedication and support to the international community. Thanks, Dr. Jacqueline. It was great to hear from you. So now, time to connect another leader. So can I connect Paola Perez Lopez, Professor Paola Perez Lopez from Argentina to deliver her final message to the world, please. Paola, can we have you?
Okay, thank you, Monira. Well, I'd like to say as a woman that we have to be leaders in our lives, and that is to say, to take responsibilities, to be involved in different situations that need our assistance. So wherever you are, whatever you need as a woman, we have to do what we have to do. So if you are facing and if you can see something that you don't like, that you think that must be changed, that you are not comfortable with, well, do something to change it. Because just complaining or just criticizing and doing nothing doesn't change the world. So if you want changes to be made, let's make it. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So it was great to hear from Professor Paola Perez Lopez from Argentina. She is a great leader. She is connecting the world to make the marvelous changes in our world. So can I please request our dearest leader, Dr. Vilma the Luz Barbosa from Brazil to deliver her great speech, final message to the world. Vilma da Luz Barbosa, right here from all the way Brazil. I'm connecting Brazil from Dhaka. Vilma, please deliver your message. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Well, I like to say that we have to encourage people, and you out there, please believe in yourself. Never stop going, even if someone is telling you that you are not able to do that. Even if they are not believing in you, you have to be powerful. You have to believe. And if you have your family with you, if you have your beloved ones with you, don't care about what others are saying. And keep going, and believe in yourself. Never stop going. Thank you, dear Monira.
Super. So, dearest friends, mates, international leaders, educators, and intellectuals, let me tell you that Vilma the Luz Barbosa, she is amazing leader and a great woman. She is leading her nation from Brazil and connecting the world, and she is making miracle every single day because she is empowering women and youth through her educational journey, and also she is trying hard to establish human rights all over. So here it was a great time and experience to have all of our international leaders. I cannot tell you how beautiful it is to have all of you in the big screen, and it looks marvelous because here we have two screens, one to connect the show and another to see you in the big screen. And seriously, you look awesome while you are delivering your great speech. Thanks a lot. I hope it was a lovely, memorable time because when you are speaking on this international platform, you are making lifelong journey because all of your speech, footage, photos, videos will be here till the end of the world because all of your generation will be following you, will have your guidance. Isn't it so beautiful to make these remarkable changes all together? So can you see that Vilma has joined from Brazil, Alka has joined from India, Daphne Soares has joined from Dubai, she is from Pakistan, and Professor Paola from Argentina, Dr. Jacqueline from India, Sarit Ghosh sir from India, and I am from Bangladesh. How beautiful it is and remarkable, wonderful examples you are setting through your work, through your leadership. Thanks a lot. So here I'm telling you, this is the series which we have started from this launching program today, and I'm telling you we're gonna connect our program through different channels, through different initiatives, and of course we will ensure our rights to be established, our empowerment to be very strongest, and our voice to be heard and reached in every corner, in every places. And be strong, be bold, be fabulous as you are in your own way. Dr. Jacqueline, I love you a lot. Professor Suraya Banu, it was wonderful, lovely experience to have you. Professor Paola, you are a rare gem, a beautiful woman. Daphne Soares, you are a miracle-making person, a wonderful guide, philosopher, and a teacher for our all nation. Sarit Ghosh, you are so enthusiastic. You are so amazing to have you all the time with us. Alka, for your voice, you will be remembered all over the world, trust me. And Vilma, you are the person who is so passionate, so mesmerizing. And really, I want to thanks to all of our international guests who were present with us, Dr. Jessica, our Queen Elizabeth, and another Queen Nadia Harihiri, who couldn't join us because of her some involvement with another program, and also our team, the Global University. That is the mission impossible. We will make impossible thing to possible, inshallah. So we'll be connecting you, inshallah, very soon in another session. Thanks a lot from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Signing out. Monira Sultana Poppy. Take care, stay blessed, and stay tuned. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.